the theme music I've set up. I'm just going to post around to various places that we are live. I think that music might be a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down.
We'll take your word for it, because none of us can hear what you're hearing there.
Yeah.
But I imagine it's some kind of classical, like medieval kind of thing, going on in the background.
Suitably epic.
Unless, of course, you're surprising us all and you're playing some death metal as we open.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna find out from... I'm gonna find out how our voice volume is.
It feels weird doing this without being in the Twitch thing,
Yeah.
I've got the Twitch window open, so I'm getting to hear everything like a second or two later.
I normally...
Isn't that going to get really irritating?
Only for the moment. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Okay.
I haven't done Twitch before, so I'm here like... Oh.
Yeah, it'll... I accidentally set an echo going once when doing a preparation for the stream, but basically what I was saying was going into my mic, going into the Twitch stream, then it's coming out my headphones, but whatever audio the computer was generating also was going into the stream, because it had to pick up Clara's voice and also the video games audio as well. So it started picking my voice on the audio and putting that into the stream, then putting that through the audio, which came out into the stream, and then it just continuously circled around for quite a while until I killed the audio entirely. Fun.
Sounds like it.
Okay. I'm going to restart the music again because I'm just setting up your guys' icons.
Cool. One. Oh yes, you got a rolling banner. Oh, that's cool.
You like that?
Yeah, but my one doesn't have that at all. My one's just a basic picture thing. And I was right, hearing myself speak a few seconds after I've spoken is really irritating, so I'm going to mute this again.
It's a literal echo chamber.
Wow, we have more people than we normally have for our regular stuff tonight. Thank you.
I won't pretend. I won't be insulted.
I want to thank everyone so much for showing up, and I'm just going to get rid of this music for now. So.
Bye, music.
Yes, please say hi if you're not a Twitch bot.
Title music: Behind the Sword by Alexander Nakaradra. Nice.
Yeah, So I'm just going to get rid of that scrolling text because we don't need it anymore because it's not playing. So
Cool.
I figure that we will start off with everybody introducing themselves. I'm Clara, otherwise known as Dame Leslie or Alter, depending upon where you're coming to see me from. I'm going to be running this game, and yeah, hopefully everything is going to go well. So.
I'm Craig. I'll be playing the Lady Gyneth. And I'll be trying to survive whatever Clara throws at us.
I suppose I'll go next then. I'm Knight. That is the name I will be going by for this, as that's the online handle I'm best known for. I'm an Arthurian enthusiast, tabletop role player, part of a collective of people that promote certain character archetypes and concepts, and that's why I have the handle of Knight. I'm also a HEMA instructor, and I maintain the blog about knights, about chivalry and chivalric literature. So yeah, that's me.
And I'm Kieran Higgins. I'm a best-selling Arthurian author. No, it's a bit of a joke. I am very poor and very unknown. And I will be playing the character of Sir Bodwin, who is a grumpy ex-priest.
Not to put too much pressure on everyone, but I told my mother about this and she wants to see it when it's on YouTube.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So
We can't
no
let your mother
pressure
down.
at all.
She's a big fan of Kieran's, so.
Oh, there you go. More pressure on Kieran. Fantastic. Good.
I know. Hopefully, I don't
Let's
disappoint.
pressure me and Knight. I like that. Good.
I mean, you say that, but I recently found out that I'm like semi-internet famous. So now I'm here like, oh, there's someone who's probably better known than me, which makes me feel a lot safer.
Wait. Semi-internet famous for what?
For talking shit on my blog, basically.
Yeah, fair enough then.
Isn't that how most people are internet famous?
I mean, yes, basically.
We can all talk shit here too. Good.
So how I'm going to be running things is that we're going to do a scene, basically. And then after the scene, we're going to take a look at the comments. And after that, we'll do another scene. And that's how we're going to be running the game currently. So, I am running in Game Table, and I have designed Arthur's Hall for this. And this is where we're going to begin our tale. Oh, this has moved around a little bit.
Yeah, there's hey,
It's us.
pictures and stuff.
Oh no, that's.
See, you got one person in chat who's declared that they're not a Twitch bot, but the other 9 people are suspiciously silent.
Okay, so we should be particularly suspicious of any Skynet operatives in the chat at the moment.
Of course.
So, Craig, your character has already been at court for a bit.
Yes.
Let's just everybody who is joining us. Basically, Craig's character is the half-fae daughter of King Arthur, and she arrived in court and caused a bit of a stir. Arthur.
I don't know why.
Arthur was kidnapped to the Feylands, and Lancelot had to go rescue him. And then you showed up an appropriate period of time after that, claiming to be his daughter. Lancelot has been called to court in order to basically back up Arthur and testify that Arthur doesn't remember anything about his time in the Feylands.
He just ate some mushrooms and had a lot of alcohol, and that kind of hit his memory. Really.
I think he definitely remembers the sly dog.
he certainly has a reputation. But,
I think that's going to be my personal mission for this game, is to hold Arthur account for all his bastard children all over the country. Collecting
You
all
can't
that
wander
support.
anywhere in this country without bumping into one of your bastard children.
Now, if you will check out the handout section, there is a who's who in court. So,
handout section. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So you click on the little thing.
yeah, and you can, if you have any question, like, you can check through it in order to see who you would recognize.
Who's who in court? Okay, cool, nice.
I assume Gyneth?
Gyneth, I guess.
Gyneth,
Yeah.
Gyneth is going to know more people in court. Budwin?
Mm-hmm.
Budwin is going to know only the really famous people who are in court.
Okay.
And Galahad is going to know his dad's supposed to be there.
So this is going to end well for me. This can only mean good things. Okay.
Of course. You'll be fine. Probably.
So, Kieran and Knight, I'd like you to confirm that you can move your tokens.
Galahad moves forward.
Just double checking where my token is.
It should be right at the bottom.
It's at the bottom.
Oh, okay. That just wasn't showing on my screen. Sorry, bear with. Technical difficulties.
Happens to the best
Someone
of
play
us.
someone play the Monty Python sketch music.
Am I moving Craig?
No, you're
no.
down at the bottom with myself, I think.
Yeah, you're right at the bottom. If you just scroll, if you kind of like scroll down.
Yeah, I can see it, but I'm having difficulty because the little pennants
there you go.
are
You
over.
moved.
I moved it.
Oh,
Yes.
you moved.
Thank you, Dame Leslie, for moving for me.
I'm just checking. You should be able to move it.
It's a problem with my screen. So if my character is standing anywhere above the second fire pit, I'll be happy to move him myself. But anywhere below that, I can't get at.
Just so above the second fire pit. Okay. Just let's just move Baldwin and Galahad up beyond the fire pit, I guess.
And that's not me trying to start any closer to the high table at all.
Galahad is approaching the high table. Take him down quickly.
Are you able to move it now?
Yep.
Yay!
Yay!
You moved it.
Where would you like us to stand?
Stand? You should kneel.
So, as a group, you're being allowed to approach the, I guess, secondary high table. The high table is above, and it contains royalty, important people about court. Kay is up there right now because Arthur is currently missing. And then the table below that is all like princes and princesses and local lords.
Makes sense, so we can approach that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
how did Galahad introduce himself when entering?
So I have to do that for myself rather than a herald. Oh boy. Um,
You could send your squire to do it.
I think Galahad will send his squire in order to do that because it feels more formal, and considering the environment that we're in, I think it would be more appropriate to have someone introduce me on my behalf.
Let me just... Okay. I'm just figuring out which squire is yours.
Okay.
Marek is your squire. There.
He's a nice chap.
One of the things that I do not like about Roll20 is that it has a little thing for, do you want the label to show? And then it's automatically turned off that players can see the labels, but it automatically turned on that the players can edit the labels. So, have you told Merrick you want to be introduced?
Yes, I will have asked him to introduce me on my behalf here.
Yeah. Do you want to be introduced as App Lancelot?
I think for the purpose of dramatic effect in this, I am going to say that yes, I do want to be introduced as App Lancelot.
He will introduce you as Galahad Ap Lancelot from distant lands, who has come in search of his father and possibly a place on the round table.
God, what a copycat.
And there is some murmuring. People...
Sound effects.
People are taken aback by this. And everybody looks towards Lancelot, who informs everyone that he knows not this boy.
Ooh.
So this is going well. Okay.
Can I see if Lancelot's lying?
Okay. Let me just look up what I want to get you to roll.
Yeah, Gyneth is going to just look down the table there to Lancelot and try to see if he's a lying bastard or whether he's actually telling the truth.
I'm going to get you to make an intrigue roll.
Intrigue. Oh, I'm okay with intrigue. Okay, so roll. I just click on that, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I?
Yeah, just click on it.
Just. Oh, I see. What? There you go. Missed. Missed badly.
Yeah.
Oh well.
He could be telling the truth. He might be lying. You don't know.
Don't know. Okay.
Don't know.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have Galahad in this reply to his father. Surely you recall my mother, Elaine of Corbinac?
Lancelot is going to take a moment. He has a sign of shocked on his face for about a split second, and then agrees that he does remember the woman.
Ooh. I'm
And
going to leave him with that for the time being.
his wife, who's also named Elaine, is going to put a... There are a lot of Elaines, okay?
In Sahartha, we've got about 8 of them running around at the same time.
She is going to put a hand on his arm, but he's going to give her a not now look.
So I get the impression that my presence here at court is somewhat contentious.
Just a little. Just a little.
Just a tiny bit. I'm starting to read the mood here.
Yeah. Mudwin, you have arrived because you're looking to seek some fortune.
Okay.
Lands for hermitage, funds to build it. So you're kind of in the background while all this weird stuff is going down.
Okay. I'm probably not all that bothered, having come from my life as a priest, about this whole courtly thing. So I'll probably just march straight up while all this is going on and just start introducing myself to people.
Okay. I'm going to move Merrick back behind Galahad because he doesn't want to presume anything. You step forward to introduce yourself. How do you introduce yourself?
I am Sir Bodwin, and I have come to court to on a holy mission to seek lands for my hermitage. And I lay myself at the disposal of the court, and until such times as I can be released from my duty.
Well, Kay, a large man with some gray going through his ruddy red hair and eyes that are gray. They lack any kind of blue tinge that would make them a steely gray or anything other than just gray. He's a big guy. It looks like he still keeps up with physical activities, despite the fact that he is an old knight. And he is going to tell you that if you are looking for quests, adventure, and time to prove yourself, feel free to sit in the gallery and get to know the knights around here as well.
Okay.
And
sorry, go ahead.
so he will then turn to Galahad, and he is going to say, I am sure that we will figure out what is going on exactly, but for now, I welcome you to sit in the gallery.
I'm having a bit of a mental slip and forgetting what Kay's actual title is at this point. It's the Seneschal? Seneschal. Okay.
And since Arthur isn't there, he is in charge.
He's basically regent at the moment, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, God help us all.
That's why he's at the high table instead of
Yes.
at...
Galahad will simply give a nod of his head in gratitude and reply with gramercy. And I think he's going to take up that offer to head to the gallery.
Okay, so this is the gallery below.
I cannot see where you are. Hang on. Do that again.
Like here.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to have Galahad move to the back.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I can see all.
And your squire is going to go sit himself on the bench behind you. Boop. Because there are benches for squires to sit on. So.
Oh, that's nice of them. I'd make him stand.
I didn't realize we were actually playing a version of Bretonia, not Arthur.
So, Budwin, where are you going to choose to seat yourself?
Well, I think Galahad looks a bit lonely over there by himself.
Okay.
And I'm probably a little embarrassed, actually, now on reflection of having just kind of stepped into the middle of his moment.
So you're going to go and sit beside him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of like the thought of Galahad coming in saying Lancelot is my father, and everyone's shocked. And, oh my God, Lancelot's got a illegitimate son, and then another chap just comes in there. Can I have some land for a hermitage? Is this the right time?
Lancelot. See, the best thing is Galahad. In most of the readings that I have of him, kind of just does things, almost like he's guided to do it. So him just arriving, stating matter-of-factly, "Yes, I'm your son," and then sitting down is quite normal. It's the fact that he does it completely seriously without any extrapolation or anything to build up to it, followed by this other fellow going, "Yes, hello, I would like some land so I can be a hermit, please."
And my last holy order, you see, was totally silent, so I've kind of lost a bit of the social niceties of things.
Yeah.
So we're going well. We have certainly left an impression.
Yes. The queen does not seem to be in a good mood. It shows on her face.
When is she ever?
But this could do with, her husband being missing and someone coming in and saying that they're her friend's bastard.
Somebody else looking land off her. We haven't made a great impression at court, have we?
She's usually in a good mood when Lancelot's around.
So, there are some interesting characters in court. Like I said, you have Kay, who's like the only person in this room who is bigger than him is Galahad.
Ah, yes, Galahad and Galahad.
Yes, two totally different characters. One of them's a half giant, and that's why he's bigger than Kay.
It's basically cheating, really. Kay's as tall as a human can get. Galahad is cheating by being half giant.
There is a woman who is dressed in wolf furs. The head of the wolf has been stuffed, so it sits on her shoulder and glares out at the hall. She has graying blonde hair, and unlike the Britons around her, She wears beads strung around the front of her dress. She has a sword at her side and a round shield with a wolf in gold with a red background. You get the impression that she may be a Saxon.
Okay, this is fine. Remembering that Galahad does have a intense dislike, shall we say, of Saxons.
And she is seated between a woman of extreme beauty who's about 21 or so, with raven black hair and amber eyes. And on her other side is a nun.
Okay, interesting setup. Quite a colourful collection here.
Yeah, me and the nun, we might head it off, hopefully. Hopefully she can pull a bit of influence and help me with my holy quest.
I'm going to ignore that is probably an innuendo, as I am playing Galahad. Also, I have no idea what your inner workings are right now.
Galahad has no knowledge of innuendos.
I mean, he probably does. He just doesn't want to admit it. We shall soon find out.
So
That would make Galahad far too interesting.
Okay, you know my opinion on people that think that Galahad is boring. Do not force me to lecture you on a live stream.
So Galahad and Budwin
Yes.
have some time to chat with one another, being that they are sat next to one another.
Galahad is indeed going to look to Sir Baldwin and inquire, Sir, where... I apologise, but I do not know from whence you come.
And I politely reply that I'm from Logris originally, but I have spent many years of my life in holy orders at Glastonbury.
I see, so you have... I hope you haven't travelled too far in that case.
No, sir. And what of you? What is your story? What brings you to court? I mean, I heard
Well,
it, but...
yes, you probably heard the sum of it. I'm originally from Corbinic, as I have lived with my mother all my life. I've decided to come to Camelot to seek out my father.
And your father, you are certain, is Sir Lancelot?
Quite certain.
Then you have esteemed parentage, good sir.
Well, it would be nice to at least know the sort of man that my father is. He did, after all, beget me upon my mother, despite having a wife of his own, so...
Well, as an ex-priest, I am totally scandalized by that. And rather don't know where to look.
The knight who is in front of you will introduce himself as Sir Gronise ap K, and he will let you know, if it makes you feel better, that King Lancelot has been married less than a year.
It doesn't.
I was going to say, Lancelot, rather Galahad, is going to try and take the diplomatic approach, I think, to that and say, thank you for informing me. It does let me know something of the measure of my father. Which is a non-answer, I guess, for thanks, but I don't really know how that affects anything.
The woman beside him, they're sitting together. Oh, by the way, for the chat, shield types. I should probably point out the diamond shields indicate someone who is a royal or noble, but non-combatant. So, generally ladies. A shield with a bottom point represents someone who's royal or noble who engages in combat. So, knights, generally. But some princes don't need permission to go questing, so yeah. And shields like this one, which are rounded at the bottom, indicate combatants who are not knights or princes who have decided to step out on their own. So squires, common soldiers, bandits, stuff like that. Just so that everybody knows.
Sounds good.
So, the knight in front of you is also going to apologize for intruding on your conversation and say that he hopes that you find Camelot pleasant.
Is he saying that to myself or to Kieran or to both of us?
Both of you.
Okay. I'm going to let Sir Baldwin handle this one.
I feel like, am I right in saying that this is a bit of a loaded question?
No, he's just being polite because he did kind of like barrel into your conversation, and then he's welcoming you because he's sorry that he just barreled into your conversation without welcoming you first.
Oh, well, then that's quite okay. I forgive the knight and inquire after his health and the health of his lady that sits beside him.
His lady has very pale skin. Like, it has a little bit of color into it, but it's almost papery white. Then again, I guess at the time, papery white doesn't mean what it means now. Her hair is also white, but she looks young, and her eyes are extremely light blue.
Do I suspect that she might be Fey in origin?
Make a fairy lore roll.
Now, how do I do that from a technical point of view?
Go to your sheet.
Okay. Okay.
Now click on fairy lore.
Which is currently 1.
Yep.
Oh dear.
So you want to roll a 1.
So if you click on that, another box should pop up somewhere on the screen, and
Yep, mod. And then what am I doing for that?
you should just click OK. No, there's no mod to be had.
Yep.
At this point. There you go. Oh, close though.
Yeah.
But still missed.
You suspect that she might be touched by the Fae.
Okay, but I have no definitive answer. I retreat with my suspicions.
She has introduced you as Princess Isolde of the White Hands.
And I'm gonna say that her court and her lands are not familiar to me.
Okay. If you want to guess things about people that you're not sure about, feel free to roll intrigue.
I'm going to reserve judgment on this one. I want to see how her interactions with Galahad play out.
Oh boy. So no pressure then.
So, Gyneth, is there anything that you want to do? You are seated between your uncle and your step-grandma?
Something weird anyway. Let's see. Yes, you got Kay on my right, Arnive on my left. She's got that wolf's head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can put a bit of food in the wolf's mouth without her noticing.
Make a stealth roll.
Where's stealth on this thing?
Isn't stealth on the sheet? Let me check the sheet.
I don't think there's a stealthy thing here.
Then I'm going to get you to make a dexterity roll.
Dexterity. I'm good with dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are closer to the
Oh,
wolf.
come on. Oh. Really? Roll 20. God damn it.
You are close to the wolf's head. You can see that its eyes have been replaced by polished garnet.
Cool.
Yeah. It's quite an impressive piece in order to make others uncomfortable. Arnive is going to tell you, dear, I don't think that that's going to help it.
Sure, it looks hungry.
Well, I'm certain that having its stomach removed, it's...
Probably make it more hungry then.
Yes. I doubt that food will fill it.
No. Well. Okay. She'll put the bit of food in her own mouth. Never roll this good in D&D. 19 in a row. Bloody hell.
If only this was D&D.
It's the rule of any new system, though. Like, you will roll exactly what you need in another system, but in the one where you don't need it.
Yeah. Oh well.
At this point, a white brachet is going to come running into the hall.
What's a white brachet?
Type of dog.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, this is
A
good.
dog. It's a puppy. Yay. Do you have the token for the puppy or?
I can get a token for the puppy.
You don't have to. No. Oh, it's a puppy. Let's use our knife shield again. Oh, there you go. Oh.
I am unsure of the implications here.
It's a dog.
Well, it's also a white dog. Can I make a roll of fairy lore, perhaps, to see if anything is up?
Of course you can.
Excellent. Nope.
Oh, wow. We're rolling really well for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, if I was playing D&D, this would be fantastic right now.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I'm not, so...
At this point, can I rub my magic bone?
Pardon?
Giggle.
You can.
Interesting phrasing there.
It doesn't seem to be reacting. Oh.
Okay.
So Kieran's magic bone isn't reacting.
To the white dog, no.
Isn't
not doing it for me.
to being rubbed.
Now, an important...
Just for the chat, can I just clarify for the chat who think I'm a weirdo? My character is in possession of a holy relic, a fragment of a saint's skull that alerts me to the presence of danger. Just putting that out there as a disclaimer.
Yeah, okay,
oh, so you're just playing with corpses. Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll stop laughing now.
The dog is going to run up to this knight. Who? This knight here.
Oh, that knight there. Right, yes.
Who?
Bori.
Mhm.
Sorry, Bori. Bor.
I think it's Boar.
Boar. We'll just call it Boar.
Who, I would like to note, has the same black hair and amber eyes as Craig's character.
Yeah, that seems to be a common trait there, so.
And the knight who has the shield with the white bull on one side and the lion on the other is going to stand up and say, I think that something has happened to King Arthur and the knights he went hunting with.
We are all suitably shocked.
What's that, boy? Has King Arthur fallen down a well?
The dog is recognized as Cubble, Arthur's trusty companion.
Can you repeat that for me? I didn't quite hear.
Cubble, Arthur's dog.
Okay.
It's Arthur's dog. It's Arthur's puppy.
Oh.
Arthur's puppy ran all the way back without him. Something is wrong.
Well, I suppose we're going to have to see what people respond to that with.
Well, Lancelot and Kay immediately want to send out groups in order to investigate.
Okay, that was I expected. I think it might seem presumptuous, but Galahad is a new face at the court and does have a reason to want to make a bit of a name for himself, especially to impress Dad, I suppose. And
Dad,
is going to
notice me.
yeah, senpai. I mean, Dad. Please notice me. I'm going to say that Galahad will rise and state, "I would be willing to help search for the king."
And Sir Bodwin, he's been on the wine a bit since the whole feast has started. Didn't have much wine in Glastonbury, so he looks to the lady agreeing, and he sees the pain on her face that something could be wrong with her son, and he just feels compelled to do something about it.
Aww.
Oh, that's
So
very sweet.
he too puts his name forward to join this party.
Gyneth will tug at Kay's arm. Oi, Kay.
Yes. What do you want,
me go
girl?
Let me go find him. It's better than me sitting around here all day, isn't it? One less person to get under your feet. 2 more eyes out there looking for your king.
Well, you do fancy yourself a knight.
I fancy myself at a lot of things.
I've noticed.
Thank you.
Well, who am I to try and control the Fey folk? You can go. Pick your party.
Oh, I picked the dog.
Okay, you can have Cabal.
Yeah, and those 2 new knights who came in, they'll do. Lancelot's not son and the hermit, or the guy who wants to be a hermit.
Oi, you two. Galahad. Baldwin.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
You are two. Sorry, my brain just lost a word.
You are
It
to.
happens.
2-1.
You are to
You?
accompany the Lady Gyneth on her journey to search for her missing father.
Gyneth will wave.
Okay.
Galahad will wave back. Of course, if that is the wishes of the court.
Yes,
The
if it please you, my lord, yes.
the lady here, who has chestnut hair that's brown but almost red and eyes gray like the morning sky, is going to stand up and go, I want to go too then. And Kay is going to go, no. I'm your father and you'll listen to me. You're not going. And she sits down with a pout.
Don't
And
know
then
what to make of that.
and then the individual sitting next to her, who has similar features and is probably her brother, Kay is going to say, Garnwin, you can go. And he goes, no, I'm fine here. And Kay is going to squeeze his hands like he's sick of dealing with these two.
They are their father's children.
Indeed, indeed. So, you as a group are going to make ready to set out. I'm going to move you all together,
Hooray.
along with your squires. Time to add all your squires, because I very carefully made shields for and backgrounds for all your squires. Because I'm that kind of obsessive person. And for every single one of them, I need to turn on the ability for you guys to see their names. No. Oh, I should mention that Palamedes is there, and after some research upon like where he'd be from during this period of time and everything, Palamedes is in fact Persian. So he is also an interesting character in court.
He is actually one of my favourite characters in the Arthurian legends, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on him out of character. In character, I'm still overwhelmed by the fact that I'm in a court with all these prestigious people, and also Dad is over there and not noticing me. Why won't you notice me, Father?
Okay, so I am going to transfer you to the new area. Oh, do you want to talk at all among yourselves, introduce yourselves or anything before I move you to the next scene?
Well, there is one person here that I particularly want to interact with.
Okay.
I'm going to pat Cabal's head.
Oh, good boy.
Who's a
So-
good doggy?
I'm the Princess Gyneth, and you are going to help me find King Arthur, and we'll probably have a good time doing so, maybe.
Yes,
But mostly
that
it'll be
is
Cabal
what
doing
we're
all
here
the
for.
hard work.
Cabal will wag his tail.
Yeah, come on, Cabal. Good Cabal. Good Cabal.
Who's a good doggy?
Gwyneth's squire has one very bright royal blue eye and one black eye.
Presumably that's the color of the color of the eye rather than him having been punched.
Yes,
or
he has
anything.
not been
Hey,
punched.
this is a brutal princess.
No, his eye color.
Okay, that's slightly more comforting. Of course, he has multicolored eyes, which can only mean good things.
Of course.
Sir Baldwin is feeling compelled to be protective of Gyneth, so I'm gonna offer my protection to her as the big, strong, manly knight.
Great. Okay. Cool. That's what I wanted to hear. But as long as we find Arthur, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, what could possibly have gone wrong in this world? I mean, what's the worst kind of creature living out there right now? A wolf, a bear.
My mother told me that my father slew a dragon in order to rescue her from a tower.
Oh, I hope we find a dragon.
At this point,
Well,
I'm
I
starting to get a bit uneasy, so I actually suggest that perhaps I spend the night in prayer to prepare for the journey ahead.
No,
why don't you, Mr.
we
Baldwin?
don't have time to pray. Come on, the king's
Ugh.
life's at stake. Okay, look, tell you what. If we have to stop for the night, then you can start praying. Then, and I'll get some sleep. Okay?
Wigmare, Gwyneth's squire is going to go, I know a sea serpent.
You, sea serpent?
Yes.
What personally?
Yeah.
So I was going to say, you know it?
What's the sea serpent's name?
You would ask me something that was not actually covered in his Wikipedia article.
You know, I mean, what does like the sea serpent talk? Do you have conversations?
He raised me.
Oh, cool. That's well, yeah.
You know this.
Yeah, but I've been at the wine, so let's get going.
I kind of nudge Galahad and sort of say, like, do you actually think it's sensible heading out with these two?
Sensible. Well, I'm sure they are quite competent in their own right.
Strangely, sir, that does not reassure me.
Well,
Well,
come on, Cabal.
We
Go
can only hope that we have God's favor.
find Arthur. Find Arthur. Go. Cabal, go.
Okay. So,
Find Arthur.
I'm going to set up things for a scene transition.
Scene transition, yay. Hey, and eventually we might actually roll successfully at something.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So, we are switching scenes.
Da, da, da.
Might be nice to hear from the chat at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm just pasting.
Well, that dragon won't be out there if it was slain. I mean, you're
Be
not
another
wrong.
one.
However,
Could be its brother out there.
yeah, so Lancelot, who slew the dragon, has a bastard son. Maybe the dragon has a bastard son too. Ooh.
Is that not a bit specious, assuming that all dragons are related?
So, how are you guys in the chat doing right now? I still find it. Oh, Connor Cat says I'm digging it.
And am good.
Worded Trentre, yeah. I still find it amusing that you guys are just like, Wigmere's like, I was raised by a sea serpent, and you guys are just like, okay, that's a thing.
To be honest, there is weirder stuff out there.
There is, yes.
At this point, with all the colourful people around us, you could tell me that, I don't know, one of the people over there is literally a fairy, and we just have to be like, okay, yeah, no, that tracks.
I don't think that we have anyone who's literally 100% fae.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's like, oh, we don't have anyone who's 100% fae. Okay, well, that doesn't make it any less weird.
So
A little bit more so, actually.
chat, it's time for any questions you have. Oh, Verbose says it's nice to see people having fun with it and not taking it too seriously. I thank you.
I'd like to think that I'm doing a serious job at Galahad, but at the same time, the quest is literally inspired by what appears to be Lassie. So, I mean, there's only so far that we can take this. Pro tip: don't refer to the Fae as weird. They might get offended, and when they get offended, you get 2020. I am still running on the theory that has been going around that 2020 is the result of a time traveler trying to fix a timeline and keeps messing up. That would explain why the murder hornets have just mysteriously vanished. It's either that or a case of Chekhov's gun, and whoever's writing this fucking script is going a bit off track.
Oh, 2020. I'm so glad to be playing in 500 AD.
Things were simpler back then. Oh wait, there were fairies running around. No, it wasn't.
There are possibly dragons running around, we hope.
You hope.
We
The rest
hope. We're a group. We have the hope of running into dragons.
Excuse me, I am basically a himbo from backwater nowhere. I'm not ready to slay a dragon yet.
I'm just gonna reorganize you guys. I'm assuming this is the order that you're in.
Let's take Alec.
The thing
you mean
hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should move the players over
That tends to help.
to the map they're on now.
And
there
also
we are.
start showing that on this stream too.
Yeah.
That looks fine to me.
Yeah, I just want to confirm before I.
No, I will
Anyone got
not.
any coconuts?
I will not have my shield covered up by someone. No, no sir.
The Princess Gyneth goes ahead, just behind Cabal.
Convoy. What's that?
Because, of course,
the
Cabal
merchant
is the
selling
true hero of
sausages?
the story.
Is that merchant selling sausages? Do you want
The
sausages?
merchant is actually selling nothing. He seems to be leaving. He seems to have left Camelot sometime before you, and he has an empty cart and pockets full of coin.
Yeah, good for him.
Good sir merchant. We are searching for the king's party. May chance have you seen him come this way?
Well, I've been taking a break for a while, heading back home. I did see him go in that direction, and he will point this way.
Ah, so further down the road.
You are indeed on the right road, my lady.
Thank you. Good boy, Cabal. Good boy. You're leading us right. Keep going, boy. Keep going. No, don't chase after that squirrel. No.
Can I ask the merchant if anybody was seen with Arthur when he passed that way?
He was with several knights.
Okay.
Just give me a second. I'm going to put up the blinder because I need to look up which knights he's with.
Oh boy.
And I don't want everybody seeing that.
Ooh.
Oh.
Bit of mystery.
I know that he was with Prince Gawain. I recognized him because he's quite well known.
Cool. Well, Gawain sounds good. Yep.
I have heard rumors, though, in these woods.
Oh God! Everything was going fine until he said that.
What kind of rumors?
That men go missing in this forest.
Pray, sir, are there any tales as to what causes them to go missing?
a roll. And if he can see, if he succeeds at a difficulty 11, he will give you more information than if not. Oh, and why is everything rolling high?
Wow.
Okay, so what we really need to do is make a roll when we need to fail. Remember to adjust accordingly, everyone.
No, it's mysterious. They don't take whatever's out there. Doesn't take the women folk though.
So just the menfolk.
Indeed.
Which is okay in 2020.
So out of character, what we're dealing with is clearly a yandere fae of some kind, clearly. Calling it first, everyone. Okay. Not really sure what to follow up with that in character, but I'm going to keep that in mind for later.
So is there like reports of monsters inhabiting this forest?
I heard that there are animals that act strangely in it, but no monsters.
Animals do act strange sometimes. Take horses. They can be strange.
I mean, horses can also be quite strange, but...
Well, I wish you well on your quest.
Yes, we shall ride on. Come, Cabal, keep hunting Arthur.
Thank you, good sire. May your road lead you to safety.
And if you wish to make a generous donation to the church, please do feel free.
What was that? Why are you...
A donation to the church.
You're soliciting donations?
A donation to the church in... Is there a certain church you would recommend?
Church of my pocket.
No,
good sir. I am trying to establish a hermitage in which I can reflect upon the holy mysteries, and I am afraid that it would only be possible with the generosity of people like yourselves.
Well, I've done a fair amount in the way of work. How about some silver?
I would most graciously accept that, good sir, and a blessing of the Christ upon you.
He's going to give you some silver for your hermitage.
Thank you. And how much?
Shoot. I'm horrible at Pendragon. I'm horrible at Pendragon monies.
Just write me an IOU and I'll catch it up with you later.
Yeah.
I love how Sir Baldwin is starting to look to be the patron saint of capitalism at this point.
All I can say is just hope that if we encounter any fae that they aren't rich looking.
He's not establishing a hermitage. It's actually one of those mega churches from the US that he's trying to establish.
I love Lamp's comment in the Twitch right now. I've done a fair amount of in the way of work. A guy who's definitely never worked a day in his life. If I wasn't playing Galahad, I would have to go on some sort of rant saying, merchants don't work, they take the products of other people and sell it on. They aren't skilled, they aren't labourers.
So I'm going to move us on to the next scene. Oh. Somehow your squires did not end up with you.
They have mysteriously
We lost the
vanished.
squires. They have been taken by whatever took Arthur.
We shall always remember them. What's his name and who's it?
Yeah, the one with the sea serpent. Was that my
Yeah,
squire or
Steve
your
said,
squire?
you sure it wasn't Galahad's?
My squire was my good friend. I shall miss him always. I can even now hear the sound of his voice.
I'm not
I'm not
dead.
dead. Ah, so nostalgic.
So you all. Oh, did I move you over? No, I did not.
You did not.
There you go.
The squares have gone so hard to find good help these days. I mean, it's 500 AD, dude, so, probably is.
So you have come in contact with a knight who is standing in the middle of the road. He has worn equipment and is going to point his lance at you. And he says, "None shall pass without paying me first."
Well,
I'm
just so
going to have,
happens.
I'm going to have to give the. Actually, you know what? I will let Baldwin try first, but I have a response to this. My years of Mountain Blade have trained me for this moment.
Well, I say state your price, knight.
I'll take all the silver you have.
Not carrying silver, we're just trying to find King Arthur.
As I sort of stuff the silver back into my pockets. I think I'm actually reluctant. If he wants all the silver, I'm reluctant to part with it. So I advise Gyneth that I won't be parting with my silver, not in this particular instance.
Yeah, look, I don't think you own this road. It belongs to the king, who's probably my father. So, how about you piss off?
My
Boy,
lady,
our
such
princess,
language.
our princess is a fantastic diplomat.
Well, he is going to raise his lance and say, "Then I shall not only rob you, but take you hostage."
I think at this point I'm going to have Galahad step up with lance in hand. I presume we are all on horseback. Yes? No?
Yes,
Maybe?
yeah.
I'm
Okay, good, good.
You all have horses, don't
In
worry.
that case, I will take a lance, and I think I will reply, "Then we shall pay you with steel, sir."
And bandits will hop out of the woods.
Damn.
Ah, fantastic, of course.
He's got more people.
Poor bastard. He's got us surrounded.
I draw my sword and make ready to challenge. And I say to Gwyneth, on your order, my lady.
Yeah, cut him down.
So now we get to do combat!
Hooray!
Huzzah.
It's the part that just about everyone here is really here for.
So who's going to fight the bandit knight?
I think after leveling a threat at him, I probably should.
Okay. And there, I think,
Tectar Silver.
the bandits are going to.
Combat. Excuse me, combat.
I had this guy on the wrong layer, so.
Aha. We'll get him. Easy peasy.
Yeah. The bandits are on foot, which makes them easier to fight.
It does. So, how do we determine who's going first then?
What order do you guys want? Because there's not really an initiative thing in Pendragon.
I want all of us to go first, and then to have a second go, then a third go, And if they survive that, then we have a fourth go, and then maybe after the 10th go, then the bandits can have their turn.
So on a more realistic note, I've said that I'm going to take up the challenge that I've issued and actually attack the bandit knight.
Okay.
I would like to go first, just to set the bar, I guess. Probably going to set it fairly low, but still.
Go Galahad, go.
Okay, you guys are lancing. So, you both roll lance skills.
Okay.
He
That's
rolls
got to be a success. You rolled a success. Finally rolled successes.
Hooray, finally! We broke the system, people.
Now, the problem is you rolled a success that's lower than his success. Which means you're going to be taking damage. But you get to include your shield in your armor. I've added your armor to your sheet. You get to add +6 to the damage you have taken because of this.
Yeah, so
Okay,
basically,
so I need to actually find where my armor is.
Yeah, you subtract your. I think you subtract your armor from the damage you take, so it's basically a soak.
Okay, I may need to be told whereabouts armor is located on this because
Good
I cannot
question.
actually see it.
On your sheet, it is at the bottom.
The bottom.
Of course,
okay.
that's exactly what I'd put a very important piece of
armor
information.
chainmail. Okay, so chainmail is points 10 plus 6. You said from my shield.
Yes.
Okay, so I have absorbed 16 points of damage.
Yes.
Based upon what you rolled, I'm guessing I'm taking 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Oof.
Pardon me. Okay. It doesn't. My sheet actually does not say my current number of hit points or my maximum total, so I do not know how badly that. No, it does not.
Okay.
It should. If you filled out everything, it should say.
Oh wait, no.
I
apologize. I was looking somewhat in the wrong area. I do have my total hit points. I have 33, so now I am reduced.
There should be a current hit points thing where you can just
23.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually rather stung at this point. I strongly dislike this fellow.
Okay. Gyneth will attack Chappie over here.
Okay, so you get a +5 to your attack because you have the high ground.
Yes. Okay. So
and Cabal is going to bark at him.
I will be attacking with Lance.
Okay.
And I get +5 bonus.
Yep.
Oh god, that's a +50, so that's not useful. I think that's how it works. So if I click,
he misses you.
That's a 15.
Okay.
Nice. So that's a hit. So I roll the damage, which it uses the mounts damage, right?
No, that's when you're lancing. Or are you lancing?
I was lancing, yes.
Okay. Then it rolls the mounts damage, which I believe is 6d6.
So hold on, if I click that, I don't think there's any mod to that. So submit. Yeah, 27. Take that, yeah, the bastard. Oh, he's dead. Oh, I just skewered him like a kebab.
Well, at least one of us is having a good time.
This night thing's is easy.
Cabal is going to growl at him.
Yeah. Good Cabal. Cabal.
Budwin.
Okay. I am going to dismount and tackle this bandit on foot.
Okay. Are you going to use a sword or?
Yep.
Okay.
So rolling for sword. Is that right?
Yep.
What did I get?
You failed.
Okay, maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
He got a 3, so he succeeds.
You need to stay on horseback. That way you have the hunter.
I know, but I felt sorry for him.
You take 5 damage.
5
Which means you
damage.
take no damage.
Yay.
Because your armor absorbs it.
Oh, that's good.
And we're back up to Galahad.
Okay. Well, it didn't work the last time. We are in close range, though.
Yeah, you
I
guys.
think I'm.
You guys
I
came
think.
together in a charge. So.
Yeah. I think I'm going to avoid the lance and use the sword instead.
Okay.
Let's see if my real world humor skills will magically make my score better. Well, knowing me, it's probably going to make it worse. Okay. So I got a 7.
And he got a 10.
Okay.
Which means he wins.
I have decided I do not like this system. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We are getting our ass kicked here.
Yeah, we are. Okay, he did 11 damage. I'm actually okay in that regard.
Yeah, you soak.
Yes.
Gwynneth, do you want to help anybody out?
The worst part for me is one of my students is watching us right now, so hearing me fail in an attempt to use a sword, I can only imagine that they're going, yeah, sounds about right.
Gyneth will look around, kind of pull the lance out of the dead bandit and say, do you two need any help? Do you want any help here? Anyone want any help?
Oh god, I'm playing with chase, but in medieval times.
Anyone want help? I mean, I'll happily leave you to honorable combat to finish it by yourselves, but yeah, I could just kill him now if you want. Anyone?
I think you should decide, Gyneth, if you're going to help anyone.
Okay. Gyneth will ride over and help Mr. Galahad because he has taken a wound, quite a severe wound from the black and white knight, I guess.
Oh, that's just my generic knight shield.
Ah.
So you'll see it again.
From generic knight number 1. And so she'll attack generic
of the noble
knight
and puissant
number 1.
house of generic knight.
So make your roll.
Making my roll.
He's already rolled, so he gets no defense.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. So I'll go for my sword. This time. Roll sword. On guard. 4.
You hit. Roll your damage.
Where is my damage for this? That's the warhorse. That's no, that's the squire. Where is the damage located?
Let me find it.
Oh no, I found it. It's in attributes under appearance.
Yeah.
I get a whole.
So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to deal with the fact that Galahad has succeeded to not hit someone repeatedly.
There you go. I've rolled 5 damage, which does jack shit.
Yeah, it bounces off his armor.
Okay. Well, you got further than I did. This is going well.
Budwin.
Right. I'm going to make a sword strike again at this bandit and hope it lands this time.
Yeah, that's more like
succeed.
it. But does what does the bandit do?
Well, I need to actually put the R in front of roll. He gets a 2, so you get to actually do damage to him.
Okay.
Awesome.
How much damage?
Damage is located in the attributes section just below appearance. Nice.
Damn.
He's badly wounded.
Yes.
We've got somewhere. Okay.
I'm going to make a roll, and if he does not get above a 10, if he does not get below a 10, he's going to flee.
Well, he's running away.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Chase him down. Leave no one alive.
Back up to Galahad's turn.
Okay, well, things are going well for me so far.
He got a 10 again. This guy gets nothing but 10s. Roll above a 10, dude.
But below 15. Above a 10, between
I did.
10 and 15.
I did. I finally succeeded. I got a 14.
Yeah!
Yay!
Hey.
Hooray! Frabjous day, Kalukale.
Roll your damage.
How do I actually?
So there's the damage button in your attributes section.
Attributes.
Below size, dex, strength, con.
Ah,
app.
yes.
Nice.
Oof. 22.
Yeah.
Going for 6 damage, I guess. Probably
Yeah.
if he's got chainmail and a shield.
Yes.
It finally happened. Galahad is able to hit things.
Gyneth attacking from the other side.
Yep, he didn't choose to attack you as well.
It's
so...
almost like he thinks I'm not a threat with my
Yeah.
3d6 damage, which is barely enough to score any
And your
hits.
lance soaked in the blood of the other bandit.
I've abandoned
I mean,
my
the other bandit was peasant, so we don't care, right?
I rolled a 1, so that's a hit.
Okay, roll your damage.
Rolling my damage. Above 10. Yes!
Yeah.
A damage! A point of damage!
You did a
Poke.
whole point of damage to him.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps I should just ride away and get the lance and charge him again. Charge him with that. It's a lot. The horse does a lot more damage than me.
Yeah, the horse does do a lot more damage than you, but that's one of the reasons why the lance is awesome.
Lance is awesome, yes. But I deliberately made Gyneth less brilliant with a sword. Baldwin's turn. The hermit.
Baldwin.
Oi, hermit,
What?
your go. Can my bandit has flown? Is there a past tense of to flee? My bandit has.
He's
Fleed.
going to run
Fled.
away on
Fled.
his turn. Yeah, he's running away now.
Okay, he's running away now. Does that mean I can join the fray?
You can join the fray against this knight, yeah. You might
Okay.
want to get on a horse, or else you're going to be at a negative.
Okay, I'm back on my horse, and I'm gonna take a run at him now.
I'm going to get you to make a horsemanship roll to get back on your horse
Okay.
without, like in a fluid enough motion that you can still attack. Yeah, you do it.
Okay. I am back on the horse, and now I am heading towards him with my lance.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Oh. Shit. Fumble. Oh god, that means a fumble.
I probably just slide straight past him.
That's a critical fail. That's
Oh.
Your horse collides with his horse, and you fall off your horse.
Ow. Okay.
Is your magic bone okay?
We'll have to see. Do you want to give it a rub and find out? I'm rolling for damage now. Yes.
Nope.
Nope. I'm just dead.
No. You're not taking any damage, but you're off your horse, which puts you at disadvantage.
Okay.
Disadvantage in this would be like -5 off your threshold to attack.
Yep.
Okay.
So back to Galahad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since it actually worked finally, I guess I'm gonna try and hit him with my sword again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna end badly.
You might fail.
Probably not.
What on earth? Oh, there's a full stop in the your thing there. He missed.
He missed. So not only do you
Ah,
get to roll damage, he doesn't get his shield to protect him.
oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, of course, I am a noble knight who is well trained in
Slash
yeah,
his
right.
throat.
15.
So he takes 5 more damage.
Okay.
We're slowly poking at him. Slowly poking at him.
See, part of me is happy because I'm like, I'm basically playing a very early stage knight errant sort of character. But part of me here is like, I really want to be able to just take on another knight properly. At this point, I'm still puny.
Okay, Gyneth will attack with her sword.
He is going to attempt to grab you off your horse.
Oh, cool. Okay. What do I have to roll?
Just your swordsmanship, and if you interrupt, then he does not grab you off your horse.
Just my swordsmanship. Okay, let's roll. Swordsmanship, attack. Fox. 12.
That is a tie, but when there's a tie between something that's not a sword and a sword, the sword breaks the thing that it is in combat with. So you're going
his arm?
You're going to cut off his arm. You do no damage, but cut off his arm.
Oh.
And he is going to attempt to flee at this point. So this dude just tried to grab you, and you're like, not today! And his arm comes off.
Well, I've definitely disarmed him. Be quiet.
Yeah.
I don't think we should let him get away. What do you guys think?
Probably not.
Oh,
wait, this is the random bandit or the knight?
Bandit Knight.
The bandit knight. Yeah, probably not. We should probably capture him.
He no longer has his shield because it was on the arm that was severed.
Oh.
Ooh.
You don't try to grab a person with who's armed, who's got a sword. I mean, very foolish move. But yeah, I'm very unfortunate in that roll. Matching numbers there. Oops.
Well,
so how do we go about trying to grab him?
Well, Budwin gets to go next. You are off your horse. Do you want to try and remount?
Is he still on a horse?
Yes.
Then yes, I need to try and remount. So that's horsemanship?
Yes. You cannot get back on your horse.
Oh, okay.
No. You can take a swing at him from the ground, but you'll be at a -5.
I'll try and take a swing at him anyway, and see what happens.
So when you click this time in the box where it says mod, just put -5.
And that's with my sword? Or, yeah?
Yeah.
-5.
Yeah.
Success?
Yeah, do your damage.
Nice. Oh, very nice. Well done.
Yeah, he's not looking good. He just took 11 damage there.
Oof.
So at this point, he's going to start riding away, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's going to be his horsemanship versus Galahad's swordsmanship.
oh boy. Okay, so I will roll sword then.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, you beat
Yeah.
him.
Hooray! I'm trying to like take him down without killing him, but yes.
Roll your damage.
Oh boy.
That's only 3 damage. If you want,
Hmm?
Gwyneth, you can make
Yep.
a roll to try and convince him to give himself up.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That would be good.
I think that would be. Let me check your sheet
Yes.
quick.
Drop your sword and surrender yourself to us. Vile brigand. Is it flirting?
No.
No. Okay.
It would be an orate roll.
An orate. Oh.
But remember,
That's one social skill I did not put anything in. I did not. I put something in singing, awareness, dancing, flirting, gaming.
I'm quite good at that, I think.
Intrigue.
With 7.
I've got nothing. I've got
now
3 in
remember,
orate.
you can use your special Fey ability to give yourself a +5.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's give my special favor to give myself a +5 on this one.
Right, away you go, Councillor Troy. Get us out of this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's +80. So just +5. Fire. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even need it.
Oh, good roll. Though, because you used your special ability, everybody else can roll Fey Lore to see if they notice you did that.
Okay.
The bandit does not. The robber knight does not notice.
Nope.
He is surrendering to you, by the way.
My disguise is still intact.
Yeah,
Oh,
at this point, you could literally show like wings and fly in front of me, and I wouldn't notice that you're any type of creature other than human.
She is human, half human.
I'm very human.
I mean, I'm about on the same level here, so.
Okay, so
am I
we've
missing
got...
a roll?
No?
Oh. I see the bandits roll. I think.
There's Kieran and Knights there.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah. I see what's going on. I'm just not always the brightest. So he will surrender. You guys don't notice anything strange about her becoming terrifying out of nowhere in social situations.
Hmm.
I mean, she's
Everything
already
is
terrified me anyway with her
Good.
combat skills and her bloodthirstiness. So
everything is perfectly normal.
Yeah, I skewered a van and cut an arm off too. So wow, yeah, that's
Yeah, the princess is actually kind of brutal.
well, that was nice. I hope you've learnt your lesson. You shouldn't steal. That's wrong. Let's try to get him fixed up with some first aid so he doesn't bleed out.
Now
So
we get to find out which one of you has the best first aid.
I've got 10 in first aid.
Okay.
I'm a 10 as well.
Yeah, I'm the same. We're all the same.
All the same. Hooray. So who wants to give first aid a go?
I'll give it a go. It seems like a sort of priesty thing at that time to do.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
No, I'm not
Oh,
terribly good at that either. So, fairies and doctoring, not my thing.
you missed.
So Galahad also needs some first aid for his wounds.
I'll try on Galahad.
Okay.
Okay, Galahad,
boy.
just hold still. I've got some.
I get the impression
coming
this
from
is going to end
bandage
horribly.
wound, and first we'll make an incision here.
Why
to
are
be
you rubbing
amputated.
dirt on it?
Yeah, sorry, no, that didn't. The bandages are kind of wrapped around everything apart from the wound. Yeah, sorted. Well, that should see you good.
I'm going to make a roll to try and fix what the princess has started.
Merrick is going to step forward and try and heal you.
Oh boy, I got the exact same thing. So yeah, no, I'm actually stuck with this. It's okay,
First,
people. We're back on form. If you
Merrick
don't even remember, it was
succeeds!
hereditary.
wait. Oh, your squire succeeded.
Merrick is actually Baldwin's squire.
I
Hey.
thought I had Hellas.
Do you have Hellas?
Someone is like, "Oh, you know what you should try in the Twitch chat? Trepanning."
Did anyone
Yeah.
remember to bring the leeches? Says Verbose Lamp.
Cool.
Okay.
So Hela's healed Galahad for a bit.
Yes.
How much healing does that
Bring in
help
with a small ridge.
5 points.
How is that going to help me get better here? Ring in with a small ridge is like the worst thing I could possibly do. I'm already injured.
So you've healed 5 points of damage.
Yay!
That is pretty helpful. Let me just adjust my total hit points. I'm almost at full again. Yay. Also, we should probably see to that one knight. We did sort of cut off his arm. Makes you feel
I mean,
much
we,
better
we,
about
just,
your previous situation.
we tried to. Maybe we'll send one of our other squires in to try and fix him up.
I do like how
Because
Athelstan
apparently they're better at this than us.
in the Twitch chat is basically saying you should wrestle with someone to make yourself feel better. Keeping in mind that he's basically, whoever this is giving me the option between my current situation of being chopped up by an angry knight or essentially wrestling with a drunk bear. So, priorities, man, priorities.
So I'm assuming that you're gonna tie up the knight. Like, he's not dying yet, but he is armless now.
Can I use a bit of kind of religious guilt with him? Maybe say that I used to be a priest, offer him the last rites, and try and get a bit of him that way. Maybe he'll make a confession to me.
Okay. I am going to get you to roll. I'll let
Religion?
you use. I was gonna say I'll let you use religion.
Okay. Here's hoping that he actually is a Christian and then he cares.
You can always try to convert him. If he isn't.
He feels bad about himself.
He should.
So, are you going to send this guy back with one of or more of the squires while you continue on your way? Or are you going to leave him tied up in the woods?
I suppose we should take him on the way with us. Unless we want to do something like from Le Mort d'Arthur and go, all right, so we've defeated you. We need you to go to Camelot and turn yourself in. And
I think that's very. I think that's fine. Yeah. We
Okay.
defeated you. Send him on his way back to Camelot.
So
I mean, it's worth a try.
yeah.
Yeah. Bound to work. I mean, Come on, who doesn't trust the word of a forest bandit? He's already running into the forest. Oh.
No, I'm moving your guys' icons around so I can properly move you to the next thing.
No, I just
mean,
like the
we
fact that
cut
as
off
soon
his
as we let
arm.
him up, he starts sprinting off into the forest.
Like, we cut off his arm and we guilted him about his way of life. So, I mean, he's obviously going to do exactly what we say.
Yep, of course. When we were planning to, how long were we planning to stream for today?
About 2 hours.
Okay, so we've got about 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So.
Confession or a visit by the baby-eating Bishop of Bath and Wells.
Oh yeah, we should pay attention to the chat for a little bit. Hi,
The
chat.
good old baby-eating Bishop of Bath and Wells.
Yes. Blackadder, Blackadder. That's where I got my font. Blackadder. So, chat. Any comments you wish to make at this point? Hi.
Hello.
The baby-eating Bishop of Bath and Wells was an Elizabethan thing because that's when Blackadder was.
We're about 1,000 years out yet.
Yeah, about 1,000 years. So let's see. Various bishops of Bath and Wells.
You should have cut the knight's other arm and his legs off for reasons. I don't think that's very chivalrous of us.
Well, it would have balanced him out a bit. I mean, he's a bit sort of
lopsided right now.
Yeah.
1533. So there's John Clerk. He might have been the baby-eating Bishop of Bath and Wells. William Knight, William Barlow, Gilbert Bourne, Gilbert Berkeley, Thomas Goodwin, and John Still. So those are all the potential candidates for being the baby-eating Bishop of Bath and Wells. My bet is on William Knight.
So, if we are done with this digression.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I have moved you all to the proper thing, and now it's time to remove that. And you will see in the middle of the road there is a boar, and it does not look happy.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
I mean,
food.
we shall have to slay this boar.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get to eat it. It looks tasty. It looks so tasty.
Okay. This is where I need to check and see.
Oh yeah, did you guys ultimately decided to send back the
We did.
Okay.
We did, yes. This is where hunting actually becomes useful, I would think. Unfortunately, my hunting is not tremendously great.
No, my hunting's terrible.
Can I give an attempt though to see if I can figure out a way of getting the drop on this boar? Because if it's facing us, then I'm going to need to play this a bit clever. Is that something I can do?
Wait, I'm just
Oh. Don't drink any wine handed to you by an untrustworthy squire. Look how it turned out for Rathian. Okay, so if my squire offers me wine at this point, it's a bad idea. Gotcha.
How about whiskey?
The thing about hunting is that it's used to find the animal.
Okay.
Not so much.
So,
like, it is
no worries,
literally right in the middle of the road. If you guys would like to try to avoid the boar, then I would be willing to let you guys make like a dexterity or a riding roll to go by. Like a horsemanship roll.
Well,
I
suppose
think
I would. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Well, I was just going to say, I suppose we should ask Gyneth, the leader of our party, if she feels that we need to take down the boar or whether Arthur is our more important mission at this time?
I suppose Alpha is more important than eating a delicious, succulent boar. So let's try to ride around the boar.
Okay, I'm going to need horsemanship rolls from everyone.
Horsemanship. Okay. I succeed. Critical success. Yes.
Nice!
Well done.
It's utterly meaningless in this context, but yes.
Okay, I need to find horsemanship on this.
I think it's under combat skills.
Yeah, it is. A 7.
Good work.
And Kieran, you're up.
Yep, that was a success. I rolled an 8 against a 15.
Oh, okay, I see it. Sorry. So you all succeed. I'm going to assume that your squires all succeed and Cabal succeeds.
Oh, thank goodness.
And you all manage to get past the boar, which is kind of angry that you were there and chases you for a little bit, but does not actually manage to get you.
It actually brutally
Hooray!
murdered all the squires. We just didn't notice.
And now we change scene again. You know, I'm surprised. I left an invitation for people to tell me how poorly or well I'm doing Galahad, and no one has said anything yet apart from encouraging me to do things that Galahad wouldn't do. So, not sure how to feel about that.
So let me just move you guys to the proper thing. After your travel through the woods, down the path several ways, and coming against multiple obstacles, you come to a clearing in the woods that has flowers and a well at the center, and there are multiple animals. All of them are kind of acting bizarrely. It's a little odd to see like a wolf and a hare in the same area without uh, them trying to kill one another. There's a rather uh, elegant looking harp hanging around a wildcat, and a wildcat is about the same size as a house cat. This house-sized cat runs around the heart, uh, making hissing sounds at anyone who gets close to it, but not seeming to mean it any danger. There is a woman there of extreme elegance, though she is not quite an unearthly beauty. And
I know, but what about the other person in this forest? Yeah,
which other person?
yeah, the other person. I never mind. Joke fell flat. Fine.
Don't worry, I got it. I got it.
Okay. Thank you, Karen.
She is going to raise her hands and say, "How dare you enter my grove?"
Would this be an appropriate time to rub my magic bone?
You're definitely getting a sense of danger here.
Okay.
But you don't see any of the missing knights.
So we must continue onward.
but she is definitely hostile to you, and I think that we will pick up here next week.
Cool.
Knock the woman over the head with a truncheon, tie her up, and sell her to a Berber trader. Man,
Wow.
the person
that's
in
dark.
yeah,
That's
Athelstan in chat is pretty brutal.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
And now we just have to kill this menagerie here of wolves and otters and badgers and hares and not the wildcat. We can't kill the wildcat. It's an
It's an
endangered
otter.
species.
Come on, it's like they exist to do nothing but be cute.
Otters are fine. We can kill otters, but not the wildcat. The wildcat is very endangered because it's breeding itself out of being alive.
Take care, verbose.
Yeah.
Verbose.
See you, Lamp. Tintopo's archaeological evidence of trade with North Africa and Byzantium. As nice as that is, I'm not selling people into slavery in this game. That is like the opposite of what I should be doing.
Yeah, there's actually good evidence of Tintagel having a tremendous amount of trade with the Mediterranean. But yeah, we're not selling someone into slavery. Okay.
The
I
animals.
might if it gets me my hermitage.
I will.
You for profit.
I will point out that the animals here don't seem particularly hostile to you, except for the wildcat, who is mainly hostile to anything that goes near the heart.
Interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting. Also, there is a pool located. I'm suspicious because I've read the story with the fairy knight. If there's a bell near that, I'm staying far away. But yes, thank you very much for running this game. I have never had a chance to actually play Pendragon, and despite all the Arthurian and knightly stuff that I put on my blog. So this has been a bit of an adventure. I like the system, apart from the fact that it hates me.
It's a good, very fast-paced system. So I think it's good for running games like this because you roll you make your roll and then the other person makes their roll, and it's not like waiting for your turn for an hour. Combat's very quick in this.
Yeah, it's quite good. It reminds me vaguely of Victoriana to a degree, which is another game that I currently get to play. Yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I am eager to see what is going on in this circle of weird.
Yeah, so any questions from the chat at all? We did get given a good game from Jace.
I love how Jace at the moment is the big fan, just like, yeah.
Thank you for being our moderator, Jace.
So it's suggesting brutals. Igraine actually willing.
In this setting, or? In
Arthurian Myth. Ooh.
That depends on the writer.
Depends on the writer, what you're reading.
I mean that's pretty much the story of Arthurian mythology in general. It depends upon the writer.
Yeah.
I guess most commonly in classical that Igraine isn't. But, yeah,
but I mean,
it's such a.
But if we're going by classical Arthurian mythology, then my character doesn't even exist. So there's that. And by the way, neither does my dad. So,
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That, and frankly, if we're playing a grimdark Arthurian game, I need to consider the implications of that, because I think we have moved on. We've gone in a puff of logic.
Oh, so
someone just disbelieves the existence of Galahad and he poofs out of reality.
yeah. Oh, so I'm not running a grimdark game.
Yeah, I think if we were here for a grimdark game based on Arthurian stuff, I would crack out the Warhammer Fantasy roleplay book and run that game in Bretonia.
So yeah. So a couple questions for you guys. How did you enjoy Arthur's Court?
Very nice.
Um,
I liked it.
Yeah, I would say that it's a bit early for me to make judgments on the characters, though, because we haven't got to meet them in character yet, beyond like superficial level. So it's going to be interesting to see them and see how we interact with them from here. It's still going to be a pain for me to try and figure out how Galahad should respond to these people, of course, because
And you have to deal with the fact that Lancelot so far is not willing to see you as his son. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, there's a certain level of notice me, father.
Don't worry, saving the king will do that.
But on the other hand, there's the degree of you're playing Galahad, you're not exactly a worldly character in the first place. So I'm going to have to do a bit of a balancing act with this to stay true to character. Because I don't think anyone actually wants to see... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, people in chat, but I don't think anyone actually wants to see a Galahad that suddenly decides he's going to go off and play blackjack and sleep with hookers. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, because you know.
It would be interesting, but it does seem a little bit of out of character.
Galahad is Joffrey trying to be my dad. I'm not that much of a sadistic bastard.
You've been fairly nice so far.
That's what I'm aiming for.
Galahad. Nice.
I mean, I'm trying to aim for the character to be somewhat pleasant, but a little withdrawn. So we'll see how that pans out. Because that is the thing that I touched upon with Craig earlier in this. I find that most people complain Galahad is a boring character, and these people are small, smooth brains who have no creativity. Because Galahad is a very interesting character.
He's
so
fine.
Connor Cat said, "I don't know much about the characters, to be honest."
I mean, fair.
That's okay.
To be fair, not do a lot of the writers.
I hope that the information that I have given along has been okay for you in order to keep up with things, Connor. My daughter just did the cutest thing. She came downstairs to get her tablet. She slams the door closed when she comes down here, and then she tiptoes like a cartoon character out of the room.
Okay, so I'm taking note for future reference. Athelstan does not get to give like advice on what Galahad should do.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Yes.
If you need to offer relative, put them in a rotten boat with neither oars nor sail. I feel like I should feel vaguely threatened. There are comments with a threatening aura here.
Well, I think that is us for tonight, so we're going to stop the stream soon.
Sounds like a plan.
And so I guess that we will pick up, and you will get to fight this woman and deal with the menagerie of animals next game.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
Okay. Take care,
See you
everyone.
later.
Thank you for showing up.
Thanks for watching us.
Thanks
See
for
you
watching,
next time.
everyone. Bye.